Hello and welcome back. In this video, we are going to do a practical walkthrough on the PE header and look at the export directory structure, which is the kernel32dir, and compare it with winnt.h. So I'm in my virtual machine, Windows 7. I've created a folder called meldev2, and then you can go and download this zip file, this project, unzip it and put it in meldev2. Inside here, I have a window.nt.h header file, which you can obtain by reading this, opening this text file here. It will show you where to get it. It might be slightly different for yours, but basically it's in this path. So to get this window.nt, you will go to this path here. That means you open your C drive, open your C folder, go to Program, Files, x86, and then go to Windows Kits. And then look for 10. For Windows 10, and then look for the Include folder, and then look for 1000, the biggest number here. And open this. And then inside here, there's a folder. Open folder. And if you scroll all the way down, under W, you should be able to locate your winnt. This is the one, winnt.h. So copy your winnt.h, copy this, and then put it in this folder to overwrite this one. Copy and replace. So the reason we copy it out is you don't want to accidentally edit this file from this location. So now you can open this winnt.h, right click, edit with Notepad. And then now that it's open, you can Ctrl F to search. Or you can just click on this search here. Search, find. And then here, look for export_dir. And you found it. This is the one. So this is the structure for the part of the PE header that contains the export directory. Now we are going to open the kernel32dir in the PE using PEBar. So let's go and look for kernel32dir. Kernel32dir is found in your C drive, Windows, System32. System32, and then you can scroll down, and under K there should be kernel32.dir. So you can also right click and copy this and paste it in this folder here, like this. Alright, so this way you won't accidentally go and edit this file. So now you can open this with PEBar. So fire up your PEBar. Now all these files here are shortcuts. So these shortcuts I created from the Flare folder under Utilities. You can find your PEBar here actually. You go to PEBar. You just right click and drag to the desktop to create your shortcut. So now open PEBar and then drag your kernel32dir into PEBar and we paste it side by side. So if you go to the optional header is part of the PE header. Scroll down, you can see your export directory structure is at this address. So this is called RVA, Relative Virtual Address. So if you want to follow this in the memory, you just right click this, follow RVA 9FFC, click on it, and you come here. That's how you get this. So now, this is the start of your export directory structure, and this is the member of the structure. So you can see characteristics here refer to a dword, which is these 4 characters, these 4 bytes here. And at the moment it's all zeros. And then if you want to have a human readable view of this, all you need to do is click on Export tab. And then you can see the human readable view for all these bytes here. So characteristics here is referring to these 4 zeros because it's a D word, 4 bytes, and the value is all zeros, that means 0. Next one is time date stamp. The value is 554D6C15, which is this in reverse, 554D6C15. Next one is major version, 2 zeros, 2 bytes. You can confirm here, you can see major version. And then here, minor version is the next one, which is also 0, referring to 2 bytes here. And the next one will be your name, A3684, here, name. So this name is a name for this DLL. And the name is found in this address, A3684, which is this, A3684. So you can actually right click this and follow this in here. And now you will see at this address is a name kernel32.dll, referring to this kernel32.dll that we are examining now. Now to go back to the previous RVA, just click on back and you go back to the previous one. Now the next one is base 1. So base D word is 1. So this refers to this one here, this 4 bytes here, D word. So base 1 here is telling you that the ordinal starts from 1. This ordinal starts from 1. So if you have a few ordinals, you have to remember to add to the base 1 to get the actual ordinal. So that's the meaning of base. These are offsets and this is the base. So if you want to calculate the actual ordinal, you need to take these numbers, add the base, then you get the actual ordinal. So that's the meaning of base. Next one is number of functions. This one, number of functions is a D word. So here, the number of functions is hex 570, which is this, hex 570. And the number of names, also same, hex 570. That means there are 570 functions in hex. So you want to know actually how many of these, you have to convert into decimal. You can use a calculator. You can convert hex, select hex 570. In decimal, it is 1392 functions. So kernel32.dll has got 1392 functions, exported functions. So these two are referring to that, 570 in hex. Number of function refers to this, and number of names refer to this one. So number of functions is referring to number of address here actually. Number of names also refer to this. So we got that done. Now next one is the address of functions. So this is the address where you have an array containing all the functions. So you can right click this, follow RVA, and here you go. So the first address is this one. The first function is at this address, A1C0, and you can even see here, A1C0. The second function is at this address, A1E1, A1E1, you can see here. The third function is at this address, 3C80, 3C80, and you can trace it all the way down. So this is the region of memory which contains the array of functions. So this array of functions here is also known as the EAT, Export Address Table, which we have seen before in the PowerPoint slide. This is the Export Address Table. And then the next one is the address of names. So this is the friendly name for each of these functions. Here you only see addresses of the function, you don't know what they are. But this table here, this array here tells you what they are. So you can actually right click on this now and follow in the memory. So the first address, which is this one, A396, A39691, contains the name of the first function. Right click this and follow this, and then in memory you can see the name of the first function, which is acquire log exclusive, and you can even see here acquire log exclusive. You can do the same thing for the next one. Right click, follow the second function, and you can see the second one is also log acquire exclusive. Now you can take a look at this, right click this and go there. You can see is add atom A, and so on. So this is an array of friendly names, which is human readable strings. Alright, the next one, ordinals. Right click and follow, and this is where the ordinals start. So ordinals are in 2 bytes, in word, which is 2 bytes. The first ordinal is 00, and the next one is 01, next one is 02, and next one is 03, and so on, and they are referring to this column here. So as you recall from our slide, the ordinal is the numbers referring to the location in the address where they are mapped, where each of these function names are mapped in the address space. That's the purpose of ordinals. Okay, so that's the main thing about this export directory. The other thing you need to be aware of is that some of these have got forwarders like this, as you can see. Forwarders mean that these addresses does not contain the actual code for that function, but you need to refer to another DLL for that actual code. So how do you know that this is not the address of the actual code? You have to compare it with your range of export directory. So if your export directory 9ffc plus acf7 will give you the range of the export directory. So if this particular address falls within this range, then you can be sure that it is a forwarding address. So the PE loader will need to go and look up NTDLL to find the function implementation for this function. Some of it don't have this forwarding, for example like add atom. So for those instances, you can just right click, follow this, and then here you can see the actual implementation for that particular function. For the rest, you will need to follow the forwarder. So this is basically the practical walkthrough on examining the PE header file, specifically the export directory. So these are basic knowledge which you need to have for this course, and we'll be using this basic foundational knowledge in the coming lessons. So that's all for this practical. Thank you for watching.